Happy Monday. Before I say anything else, I just have to tell you guys, it has been snowing all day. All day. I don't know what that's about. I do not know what's going on with the weather. It was supposed to stop around 10 o'clock this morning, and it's just kept snowing. Now, it's
no
not
accumulation.
sticking.
Yeah.
No accumulation. Nope. It's just snowing, which is pretty. So that's been nice today. However, yeah. Well, so how's it been in your neck of the woods? How's it been over there? You guys let me know how it's been. I see howdy from Kansas, Texas, the UK, Maryland, Pennsylvania. Hey guys, how are you all doing? I hope you're ready for a super fun, really easy project today. We're going to make these adorable coasters. I'll show them to you on the overhead camera here in a bit. They're really cute, easy to do, make great gifts. They're easy to store, easy to batch make, and the materials and the settings and everything like that are super easy mode. So if you're a beginner, you are going to love this. So we are going to be ironing on faux leather today too, which is such an easy process, which some of you might feel intimidated by. That is okay. That's what we're here to do today, is to conquer those fears and intimidations and make you guys super comfortable doing this. So let's see. Yes, everyone's just saying hello. Hello, Shay. Hello. We have another friend from Texas, Vicky. Hello. I hope you all are doing great.
Lots of names I don't recognize, so we have lots of
Which is
here.
awesome, guys. Yeah. That means that you guys are not subscribed to our channel and you might not know who we are. Well, let me go ahead and introduce myself. My name is Rachel Langston and I'm a craft producer here at Makers Gonna Learn. And the one that you hear talking but do not see is Miss Becca. She is also a craft producer here, and she is working the screens and replying to your comments and doing a bunch of people's jobs all at once, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And we help run an amazing digital die cutting website called Makers Gonna Learn. It's a great group membership site if you guys have a die cutting machine. And when I say die cutting machine, that does mean Cricut, Silhouette, Brother Scan and Cut. If you have a die cutting machine that works with digital cut files, which most do now, then you would love our membership. We have over 6,000 cut files, over 500 fonts. We offer a free commercial license in our yearly membership, along with amazing guides to help you master your Cricut, like this one, which we have been pumping up a ton lately. This is our amazing Master Your Cricut in 30-day course that we have developed here. This is amazing if you are brand new. The very first day is opening your Cricut. So if you do not know how to even do that, if you are still waiting on your Cricut, this is a great course to have. This is a $97 value, completely free in that yearly membership, along with so many other courses. We have an amazing Facebook group and so much more, guys. We just have so much fun. And the best part of all, it's still on sale. So if you guys would like it today, go ahead and grab it. It's $40 off using the code BEST, B-E-S-T, at checkout, and you will absolutely adore the membership. It is an incredible place to get endless inspiration, motivation, to do everything you need to do with your machine. So absolutely, I love it. I hope you guys are doing well. Oh, another friend from Tennessee. We have a lot of friends from Tennessee. Hello, Angela. So these coasters today, since I want to make sure that our beginners are all good to go, we're only going to be making one today. I don't want to overwhelm anybody or make anybody feel like they're being rushed or anything. We want to make sure all the comments are attended to and all the beginners feel confident to make this by the end of the program today. So as always, guys, all of these supplies that I will be talking about are linked below. So you can click those and go straight to the Amazon links and see how you can purchase these yourself. Please do that. I'm going to go through them a little bit quickly, because as we do have beginners, we want to make sure that they know what we're doing. We want to make sure they know what's on the table so that, you know, nothing is confusing for them. So we have our Cricut here today. However, this is a Cricut project that is going to be used with the fine point blade. So if you have a Cricut Explore Air 2, that is amazing too. You do not have to have a Cricut to make this today, which is awesome. We're going to be working with some fonts in Design Space. Those are linked below as well. The fonts are Conclusion and Hopeful. Conclusion and Hopeful. Those are linked down there if you'd like to see those. The main material we're using today is faux leather. I have it linked below. These are only 2 colors out of several that you can choose from. We have kind of a metallic-y brown color, and then a black. So we're going to be using both today. We want these coasters to have 2 layers. It just makes them a little bit thicker, and that's what we want. If you wanted to use felt for the bottom layer or something like that, feel free to do so if you don't want to waste another layer of faux leather just on the bottom. I totally understand that. Use whatever you want to. Can real leather be used in the same manner? Becca said absolutely yes it can. Now you do have to be careful with some genuine leather, as some of it has a hard time with the heat. So you do have to be careful about that. We haven't really tested a ton of different types of genuine leather to iron it on, but we do know that it's a little bit more sensitive to the heat. Still can't figure out how to download fonts. Jenny, Miss Becca has an incredible video on the YouTube channel. It is how to download and use third-party fonts. She teaches you exactly how to do that. Also, if you are a member of Maker's Gonna Learn and you go to your dashboard, so it's a big button on the top of your screen if you're logged in. You can go to your dashboard and you guys will be able to see a ton of different guides that you can use, and one of them kind of shows you how to download a font and of course cut files. So if you're a visual learner or you learn better by reading, we have all the resources for you, which is awesome. Let me see. Terry, Rachel, could you glue these down to cork to give them a little more rigidity? Is that how you say that, Becca? Mm-hmm. Yes, absolutely. That would probably be optimal, to be honest. Anything that can make the bottom a bit more sturdy would be awesome. If you guys have some cork, that's great. We wanted to make this a little bit more friendly for people who might not have cork laying around. Anything for that bottom would be great. Even if you have some round pieces of tile or something like that, anything like that would do. But today we're just using 2 sheets, 2 different colors of faux leather. So use whichever colors you want. Now, usually in a Cricut project, you want contrasting colors that match but that aren't too similar. However, in the project today, you'll notice we both basically have like a dark color of leather and then a dark color of iron-on. That is just personal preference. I think that it
looks more like a brand, which I think is pretty cool. Yeah.
I think it would look a little, that's a good way to say it, Becca. I think it would look a little bit, I don't want to say obnoxious. I just think it'd be a little bit
too contrasting.
Yeah, just hit you in the face if you had white HTV on this kind of dark leather, which would be pretty if your design was different or something like that. So feel free to do what you want. I did have both of these on the table today just to show you that you totally can use both. There's really not a right or wrong way to make these. So if you're a beginner and you're kind of thinking of which colors to use, play around with them, guys. I remember when I first started out, I have to be honest, aside from trying to learn the machine, pairing colors was my biggest insecurity. I felt like the colors that I was choosing to match together didn't look good. I kept second guessing it. So I totally understand that if you're brand new. It can be a very hard thing to do. Of course, practice makes perfect. The more you do it, the more colors you'll see that you like. Always go on Pinterest, Google, try to find some good color combinations. They usually have some palettes that'll help you out, but anything like that, any type of resource like that can definitely help you be a little bit more confident. So along with our faux leather, we are going to be using a hot glue gun on that to adhere both of these sides together. And this is not a must because you can definitely do it without that. But I wanted to have a little bit more stability when I go to stitch this, because I'm going to be stitching around the edge. And again, I'll show you on the overhead camera. But we have stitched all around the edge of this really easy, fun little stitch. And it's super simple. I told Becca it reminds me of Woody's hat from the Toy Story. How just around the rim, I don't know what the stitch is called, Becca might, but I just really like it. It's super easy.
A whip stitch.
Is it a whip stitch?
Yeah.
Okay, well then there you go. It's a whip stitch. Super easy. So I can't wait to show you guys how to do that. Didn't even know what it was called. With our iron-on, of course, we have our EasyPress mat, mini EasyPress, Cricut mat, and we're going to be using Caesar Easy Weed for that material today. We have pre-cut, pre-weeded today because I felt like this was a little bit more in depth on the leather, learning the leather, how to iron on the leather. So if you guys are curious how to iron on, we have an incredible course that I think is like 30 minutes long on using iron-on for beginners. It's a great beginner course since iron-on is a bit trickier of a material with shiny side, dull side, mirroring, etc. It's really good to get all of the basics, and that would take an hour in itself to teach you during a live. So we have pre-done that. So if you have any questions, we have an incredible course all about that in our 30 Days to Master Your Cricut course over there. Rachel and stitching, what is happening to this world? You go, girl. So Carol, first of all, thank you. After I made these coasters, I'm like, it's missing something. What is it missing? And I was looking up just fun little things on Google, and I saw this look, and I'm like, you literally just poke a hole and continue on. It's super easy. So of course I did it, and I did it 4 times, and of course the more you do it, the better you get at it. And I really enjoyed how it turned out. So I know, who knew that I would be stitching anything? So to do that, we have this thread here. Becca will probably tell me the exact kind of thread. I don't know. It just says it's cotton. I just think it's like a cotton thread. It's thicker than thread, though.
It's thinner than regular embroidery thread, though.
Yeah, it's not as thick as embroidery thread or embroidery floss. And then we have some hand sewing needles.
Just sewing needles.
So yeah. We have some sewing needles here.
I like that you're making it more complicated than it is.
Yeah, same. I think anything sewing related is super complicated. And then we have a ton of different sizes of needles here. Whichever one works best for you is totally fine. Hardest part about that is probably just going to be threading the needle in itself. Becca's answering that question. And then to seal it, because I knew you guys were going to ask, I know you're going to continue to ask, so I want to address it a little bit in the beginning of the live. I know we've been live for a few minutes. We're going to be sealing this with dishwasher safe Mod Podge. Now you might be thinking, Rachel, we're not going to put these in the dishwasher. Why are you doing that? Well, dishwasher safe Mod Podge we recommend to do on a lot of different products. If you want to do it, or projects, excuse me. If you want to do it for an outdoor sign, that's fine. If you want to do it for if you want to seal a doormat that you freezer paper stenciled, that's fine. If you want to do it on a coaster, that's good. The reason why we like this is because after the whole sealing process is done, it is food safe and dishwasher safe, which really just means it can withstand the heat and the water of the dishwasher without sacrificing the quality of the project. So it will dry hard and stay hard, whereas normal Mod Podge gets tacky when it gets wet, it gets all gummy and stuff. This doesn't do that. We love that. And it's a little more malleable. It's a little bit more malleable than polyacrylic, which dries almost crispy. It sounds really weird. Like if I polyacrylic this and I moved it, it might chip up, if that makes sense. And crack,
yes.
Yeah. So we want something that kind of will move with this leather, which is why we love dishwasher safe Mod Podge. So that's what we're going to be sealing it with. A couple of coats will do, and then all the condensation from the mugs or cups that are going to be sitting on these coasters will be no match for that Mod Podge. So I hope that you all are eager to learn how to make this. It's going to be super easy. I also have a piece of paper here, so when I Mod Podge this, we're not going to get it on our table. Little things like that to think about. Yeah, so Becca, have I missed anything else?
I don't think so. I think I've covered it if you haven't.
Okay, yay. What kind of things do you make with leathers? So guys, you can make a ton of stuff with this leather. We recently got a multi-pack of the leather from 143 Vinyl, and oh guys, we went nuts. We were making earrings and bracelets and hats and these coasters, so much stuff you can make with them. Becca used to work with leather a lot, so I'm sure she might have some other really good examples, but we made a ton with that leather. We really did. Okay, so I'm going to mention, I've been on Design Space today. It's doing terrible for me.
Oh gosh, it's horrible.
So please bear with me today. If I have to talk through most of this, I do apologize. I'm going to try my best to be able to do this in Design Space. I've noticed that a lot of things happen when I try and bring the canvas in larger, you know, at the bottom left of the screen. You'll be able to plus and minus that screen to maximize, or yeah, to bring it closer to you. I can't do that. It will freeze up and do bad things. So while it might be a little hard to see today, please bear with me because I can't really change that aspect about it because Design Space gets so mad at me. So bear with me if we have some Design Space problems today. I am so sorry. we're at the mercy of Design Space, really. So we'll hop over and share with you guys what we've got going on. So this is our coaster. And as you can see, it's finished and designed in Design Space. And I wanted to share with you guys how we did this. It's super easy. We're going to be using 2 fonts today. Again, those fonts are Hopeful and Conclusion. Hopeful is the font that we use for our last name initial, this L here. And then Conclusion is what we used for Langston and then Established 2018. We're actually going to be curving text today too, so if you were a brand new beginner, you will absolutely love this. So bear with me for all those beginners out there. Make sure you're asking your questions. If you have any, if I'm going too fast, if you have any problems, feel free to let me know, let Becca know, and she will stop me and I will make sure that you guys feel confident doing this. So the first thing that we're going to do here in Design Space is we're going to grab a shape here. We're going to get a circle. And we're going to make our circle 4 inches. This is the size of normal coasters, if you didn't know, 4 inches. And I'm going to go ahead and make that brown to represent the color of our leather. Now, with the same circle, I'm going to duplicate it 2 more times. There's one, and there's another. Now, I'm going to change this one's color to really any other color. Let's just do a dark gray. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. Now, what I'm doing in this section right now is I'm trying to make my outline of my design, which will be this little part here, this little part around my Langston and Established 2018. I want to make that little rim, if you will. So I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. And the smaller you make the inner circle, of course, the thicker that will be. So just think of it like that. Okay, so now you're going to click above it, drag and select both of those layers. And you can make sure both are selected by looking in the layers panel here. And then you're going to go ahead and align these. So we're going to go up here and click Align and Align Center. Now, that was super easy, guys. That's all that we're going to do. Once you have aligned it, make sure both layers are still selected in Design Space, and we're going to slice this. Don't be scared. I promise. It's okay. So you're going to come down here, right down here on the Layers panel, see my mouse, and you're going to click Slice. Now, we just want this rim here. So we don't need this. And we do need that. We don't need him. And looky here. Here's a beautiful little rim of our project. Again, you can make this thicker, make this thinner, whatever you want to do before you slice it. It all depends on how large you make your circle. So I'm going to go ahead and change the color to black as well. And now I'm going to get another circle and duplicate it. Lots of duplicating of circles, guys. I'm going to make this a bit smaller. And what we're going to do now is make the cutouts for our Langston and Established 2018. Make these as large as you want. You can always size the text to fit it better, but do keep in mind you want to make sure your text stays large and simple. You don't want to have any super complicated text, or if your last name has 12 different letters in it, you might want to think of something else to do. But we're going to select both of these. Once we have this kind of in the middle, you just want to kind of make sure it's and not in the center of the large square. You just want to make sure that the middle of this circle right here is pretty centered up with your other circle as far as the edges. The edges are going to be what we're going to slice off. And you want to make sure these don't look too awkward. So we're just going to make sure that's in there well. We're going to select both of those again, and we'll be doing this twice. So if you get confused, it's okay. We're going to be doing this again. I'm actually going to take this circle first and duplicate it, actually. So I'm going to hold one of those down there. So if you have time, please do that. It'll save you time a little bit later. We're going to take both of those and slice it. Now again, this is all that we want. That cutout looks really, really nice. So we don't need these two. I'm going to cut that out, bring this up. Now we have our slice for our Established 2018. Now we want one for our last name, Langston here. Lean, maybe? Lean. This can be for a Cricut Explore Air 2. Yes, ma'am, absolutely. Now we're going to take the other circle and basically do it up here again. It doesn't have to be even with this other space cut out. It just has to be wherever you want it. I kind of like to offset mine a little bit, and that's about where I'm going to put it. And then same thing, we're just going to slice it out. This is super easy. We've just got some slicing, some basic shapes here. Nothing too overwhelming. Now, since I look and I see that no comments are about confusion of this, I'm going to continue on. We're going to go ahead and get our text box here, and we're going to go up to font. And we have already downloaded these fonts. We have training on that if you guys do not know how to do so. And we're going to type out conclusion. Right here it is. And we're going to type out Langston, my last name here. And we'll go ahead while we're here and grab another text box, established 2018. And we'll bring that down here as well. So now I'm going to bring in my last name, size it down, scooch it over. We're going to continue to size this down as we get it to fit well in our area we have here. And once we have it about like this, I'll just click out so you can see it. We're going to click on this, and then we're going to go up to curve text, and we're going to start curving this a little bit. So we're just going to pull it towards us just a bit. And as you can see, that looks pretty even with our circle, but it's a little large now. So we're just going to size that down a little bit and bring it over. Just like so, and continue to size it until you like it, until you're comfortable with it. And it looks like it might be a little curved for us. We're going to go back in there and undo the curving just a hair, just a little bit. Now that looks pretty darn good to me.
Now let me make a little point. If you for some reason have curved your text and ungroup it to move some letters or something, group it back together, you cannot uncurve or recurve with that.
Correct.
So make sure that you're doing all of that before you ungroup.
What Becca means by that is, I didn't even mean to ungroup that. Did I ungroup it?
No. Just duplicate that one though.
Yeah, I was trying to. Oh, Design Space is doing great for me, guys. It almost let me finish it.
You're not doing that with the mouse? It's literally, oh gosh.
No, I'm not doing that with the mouse. I'm trying to just be smooth with my movements. Okay.
Good grief.
What Becca means by that is, if I were to take it's not even going to let me. If I were to take this font right here, and I can curve text with it. So here's the curve tool. Oh gosh, Becca. I can curve it just like so. Let's just say I've curved it, and that's all I want to curve it, just right there. Now, if I ungroup, be patient with us, guys.
Ridiculous.
If I ungroup it, I'm like, I want to scoot this 2 a little bit over from that little dot there. I can scoot him over a little bit. Maybe you want all of these over. You can grab all those and scooch them over so it's a little more separate. That's great. Now, even if you take these and you're like, okay, I want to attach them together, that'll fix the problem. Attach them together, you still can't curve text. It's not an option. Look up here. There's no option to do that. Even if you weld, there's no option to do that. You can't curve text. You have to curve text at this point here without manipulating the cut or the font at all, which means also, which is a bummer, you can't really curve script font because you always have to kern script font, and you can't not kern it. So you can't use it with this, which is really sad. So for this, guys, I'm repeating the process. Just gonna turn it, make it smaller, bring it in, and just because I really like my positioning of that Langston, before I do this part, I'm going to go ahead and attach this together. I just like that. I don't want to have anything happen to my project, so I'm going to attach it together. Now I'm going to bring this in here. Make it a little bit bigger, just a little bit. And guys, it does not matter if these two are different sizes. The bigger, the better. You want to make sure that your last name is as large as possible because it's going to be hard to weed otherwise. And I'll share with you guys an example as well. So now we're going to curve. And we're going to curve the other way. So instead of curving it down, we're going to curve it up. So here we go. Going to curve it up. Just like this. And one thing you can do in curve text, which I like, is use the letter spacing tool. So if you have it curved like this, you can actually bring the letter spacing in and bring them a little bit closer together. Now, because of this, you might be saying, oh my gosh, well I can curve text with my fonts. Usually you are not going to be able to get away with just lowering the letter space with your curve text, unfortunately. So with this little fella here, if I could just click it, make sure you like where it's at. For argument's sake and for Design Space sake, let's say we love it right where it's at. We're going to go ahead and attach this all together. And now we're going to get our large last initial here. So we're going to go back over to our text. I love this font. This font is called Hopeful. Love this font. It's beautiful. All the uppercase letters are gorgeous, and the lowercase letters are almost even prettier. So, of course, Design Space is doing great today. We might not be cutting anything for you guys. Now we're going to add in our last initial here and make it larger to fit inside of here. Beautiful. I really like this, guys. This is looking great. And if you got, do you see what it's doing to me, Becca? Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm just going to grab both of those because I'm sure the L is fine. And I'm going to line center and center all that up. And now I'm going to go ahead and, of course, it won't let me attach it for some reason. Why won't it let me attach it? I haven't attached that L yet.
Did you just weld that? It says detach, not attach.
I know.
That's so weird.
I haven't attached. I'm just going to weld it.
Yeah.
You can attach it or weld it. Either way is fine. I'm just going to weld it. And now at this point is when you will be able to size it for your coaster. So here's your 4-inch coaster right here. And that actually looks pretty darn good there. So there is your coaster, how it'll look. It looks really good. Oh, thank you, Design Space. And now I want to share with you guys a design that is not a good idea to do. And it's one that I tried. I'm going to be honest with you. I tried to do this. I tried to cut it out because I liked it better. Let me go up here and grab it. Here it is. This one says James and Rachel established 09/28/2018. And guys, it was way too detailed. The letters and the numbers were way too small. Even with iron-on, which you are technically already reverse weeding, it's way easier to weed iron-on. It was not a good plan. No bueno. So don't do that. Make it super small. If you have a super long last name, like really anything longer than mine, and you won't be able to do it, then I would do initials, J and R, and then I would just do established 2018 EST. Just, you know, everything as short as you can make it, if that makes sense. So again, if you want to do it this detailed, don't do it unless you want to make it not a coaster and something that's larger. Design Space doesn't like it. The iron-on doesn't like it. Yeah. So that is how you do it. I haven't seen any super, any questions about it.
No,
Everybody seems to be super
along.
comfortable, which is awesome. So we're going to go ahead and, Design Space. I'm moving my mouse constantly, guys. Oh, no. Oh, gee, thanks. Thanks so much. Okay, I'm going to delete these two. Don't need this. Oh, gosh. Okay, I'm trying. Okay, whatever. And now we're going to click make it. Now we're going to click make it. And this is going to be iron-on, guys. So you're going to want to mirror this material. Oh, gosh. Got it, guys. And this is going to be cut out of iron-on while this, come on now, is going to be cut with leather. Now, since we want our leather to have basically a top and a bottom, you can actually duplicate this again in Design Space, which let me go back and show you. This circle, I'm going to duplicate it like this, and I'm going to change this to a dark gray, and now you will have the layers of iron-on, which again needs to be mirrored, your back piece of leather and your front piece of leather. So if you want to make 4 of these guys, go up here after you clicked make it to project copies, 1, 2, 3, 4, apply, and it will automatically cut 4 of whatever you have there, all in all of your mats. So you're going to cut 4 of these, 4 of these, and 4 of those. So this will make you a set of 4 coasters. So I hope you're following along with that. Now I'm going to bump these down because I only want to make, basically, I only want to cut 1 of these so I can show you how it cuts. Now we're going to click continue. And guys, since you're working with multiple materials, make sure that you remember to change your material settings throughout the process of cutting these. So we're going to go to browse all materials and type in leather. And right here, faux leather, this is the setting you want to use for this. So we're going to go click done. And I'm going to go ahead and give this more pressure. It can't really hurt the process here. So I'm going to turn my my keyboard off, but I want you guys to know, after you cut your leather, make sure that when you go to cut your iron-on, you change that material setting to iron-on. That is going to help you guys a lot. Okay, so Becca, you can just take it to me. That's fine. So we're going to pop our leather here onto our mat. Really, any mat is fine, guys, as long as it's going to hold it well. So I'm just going to pop it on here. This is a relatively new green mat, like so. I'm going to pop it in our Cricut. It uses the fine point blade, which is awesome. And then I'm going to go ahead and let it cut out. It's going to take no time to cut out at all. We have 2 pre-cut. We have our hot glue gun already preheated. She's hot and ready. And it's just going to cut these circles out in basically no time. No time. Bobby, I have square cork coasters. Will iron-on work, or can I use permanent vinyl? As long as your EasyPress isn't too hot, it'll work on the cork. You can do that on cork. However, Bobby, either way I would seal it. So whether you want to use permanent vinyl or iron-on, I would seal it either way. So I guess technically regular vinyl, adhesive vinyl would be the cheaper option if you wanted to do something cheaper, because you have to seal it anyways.
You can also use infusible ink on some corks.
You can. You can. Okay, guys, I want you to look how this cut. Ready? Oh.
I'm glad that worked better for you than mine the other day.
Becca's like, look how good it cut. Oh, it didn't cut at all. So it cuts like butter. Like warm butter. Look, cuts great. So we have some of those bases. Again, a ton left. You could definitely do a ton on here for one sheet. That'd be great. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and heat up our EasyPress to the second heat setting. We already have our design ironed on, or I'm sorry, cut and weeded. We're going to iron it on for you. And Miss Becca, if you don't care to give me that overhead camera, I will get all that set up for everybody. So I want to show you these. Here they are. A set of 4. You can see how they're sealed. I really like them. I really like the stitch on the edges too. Love that. And I want to let you guys know we are going to be ironing on these before we stitch them, but also before we seal them, of course. We can seal them with that stitching on there. It's not going to really make any difference at all for us. So we have our front and our back. I'm going to use black leather for the back. And it's just going to make it a little bit sturdier for us. So I'm going to go ahead and iron it on first. And then we're going to use hot glue. And I'm going to hot glue these onto each other. And then we're going to go through and stitch the edges. And then we're going to seal it. And then we're going to be done. It's going to be super easy. Definitely have some questions ready for when I'm stitching. It's not going to take long, but it's going to be a really repetitive process that I would love to answer some really good questions during that process. So ask any questions about the membership that's on sale or anything that you want. Here's our design. I'll move this so you can see it. Here's our design. Still, I got to be honest with you guys, still hard to weed. The letters are just so small, so I would not use any smaller letters than these. This is as small as I would go. So we're going to take this. You can apply it down as many times as you want to make sure it's in the center. However, that looks pretty darn good first time around. Maybe it needs to go down a little bit. And if that happens, guys, all you have to do is peel it off and reposition it. No big deal.
This is one reason we love HTV.
No big deal.
For any project we can over regular vinyl. Yeah. Because if you stick regular vinyl down, then you're just stuck.
Literally.
Yeah.
Becca, you're stuck. We're funny. Okay, so that's done. It looks pretty good to me. If it's not absolutely perfect, it's okay. So I want to make sure that you be careful when you're ironing on this faux leather. We're going to be very gentle with our pressure with our EasyPress and things like that. So it's already preheated. We're going to start in the center and work our way out. Very light pressure on this. You don't want to give too much pressure. And you're only going to have to heat this for a little while, not very long at all. You will be super impressed with how quickly that this adheres. And I'm done. I'm seeing a ton of bubbles. which are great signs, by the way, guys, if you see a ton of bubbles. I'm going to turn it, and hopefully you can see some bubbles on that L. If we see some of them little bubbles, look at them little guys. While it's still warm, you can go ahead and peel this off. You're going to do so extremely slowly. Extremely slowly. So you can see all the little detail here. I'm trying to remove it close to the camera so you can see. So good. Beautiful, beautiful. That did great. So it's on there now. It did great. You can read everything. Looks awesome. I wish the camera was picking up more of the contrast.
No, it is.
They really do contrast each other, guys. I promise you can read this great in real life.
They look really good.
Yeah, okay, great. So now, since that's already ironed on, we didn't want to hot glue this on first because it would get the iron on all gunky and bumpy. So do this first, and then we're going to add some hot glue, but only, you kind of can't see that, sorry guys, but only in the center here. We want to have maybe an inch around the edge where there's no hot glue, because that's where we're going to do our stitching. Now, I'm not a sewist, and I don't know if a sewist would hot glue and then stitch. They probably would just stitch, but since I'm nervous, I hot glued so that it didn't go shift and, you know, move around on me. So I'm going to take the Lynn Lily, and relatively quickly, you're going to add some hot glue around here, like so, and then place this down. Try and match it up, and just like so. Perfect. Perfect. Smooth it out. Make sure you kind of push the tip of your hot glue into the material so you don't have like a gigantic bead or anything, because that will show up on this faux leather as it's super thin, and you don't want to have like bumps underneath the one layer of faux leather where that was. So be mindful of that. Now that that's on, all we have to do is stitch and then seal, guys. It's going to be so easy. So bear with me as I try and thread this needle. I'm going to try and find one where the eye is humongous because I'm going to need it. Okay, this one looks okay. So I'm going to try and thread this, guys. I can't do it to the camera. I do apologize. Oh, it's almost going to be a first try. I don't know about it. I don't know about it. Oh, I did it. Yay. Okay. So I'm just going to get a bunch of thread. I don't know how much. I'm probably getting way too much thread. But I'm just threading my needle. If you don't know how, I barely do too, so don't take advice from me on threading your needle. I'm going to snip it off at the end right there and just make sure it's nice and even. And at the very, very end, I learned this trick from Courtney, so I'll show you guys this fun trick. If you take the thread and you wrap your finger around a couple times and you literally just roll this off your finger, it creates a nice, perfect little knot like that right on the end. Ain't that cool? So there you go. Did that. Have it threaded. Have my needle threaded. I'm going to push the Cricut Maker because, guys, I wish you could see the Cricut Maker's right in our way with our camera. We have to like keep shoving it to the side. So, guys, I'm going to be starting from basically the middle here. I want to start in the middle where I have it hot glued because I don't want any of these seams to show. So I'm going to take this and up from the back, and I'm going to do it basically in the center here between my little black line and the very edge. Perfect. Pull it through. And then, guys, I'm going to cut my little tails off here. And I'm going to hot glue that little puppy down there. But I'm going to do that afterwards because after I make my loop around, the end will be right here too. So I will hot glue the start and then the finish all together. So now, guys, since I started up here in the front, I'm going to go around to the back and then do that again. I don't know, this width apart. This far apart. Eyeball it, guys. You can do it as far apart as you want it. So I'm going to start from the back here. Sorry, I know I'm out of view. 2 seconds, guys. Right here. There we go. Push down. I usually like to push it on something. It kind of helps me out a little bit. And then pull through. And now, there's your very first one, if you can even see it. There's your first one. And you're just going to continue to do that. I want mine a little bit farther apart than that, though. So I'm going to make mine farther apart. Yeah, I'm going to move this in so that I can press down on the back. There we go. I'm going to move that in so I can use that to help my needle press down on the back. So I'm going to push this through, press down the back, pull it. Yay! Now guys, this is a super repetitive process that you can watch me do this entire time. That's too far down. And if you have your needle and you poke through and it's way too far down, that's okay. Just redo it. There we go. So guys, ask any questions that you have. This would be a fun time to do so. That one was my stitches are not regulated, Becca.
It's fine. You'll get it.
I'll get it. Guys, can I tell you when I did this project? Please don't come at me, okay? I did this project in June.
Was it that long ago?
I did this in June, guys.
Oh
so
gosh.
I got practice to do 4 in one day. And of course, in my mind, I was like, I'm going to be so ready to do this, you know, come next time. And I thought the next time would be in like a couple of weeks. No. So I'm going to do this one farther away because it's not even looking like the same stitch because they're too close together. So definitely a little bit farther apart.
I've already answered this, but a friend asked if you could pre-cut holes for sewing with that.
Yeah, you could. Although, with the Cricut cutting the holes, you might want to be careful because you would have to have a string that would be thicker, right, Becca?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. In order for them to be smaller like that, first of all, it would take forever if it didn't chew it up with them being that little. So I suggested just like a leather punch.
Oh, yeah. We like that leather punch.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, that thing's nice. So, yeah, guys, I do apologize. My stitches aren't regulated at all. Plus, I haven't done it forever. But they're looking a little bit better. It's just not going to be super even on this one. You know what? That's okay. Will you guys please do as I say, not as I do? So when you guys go to do this, I promise I did the other ones. I know they look better. When you guys go to do this, take some scrap faux leather from the sheet that you cut all of your ones out on and practice on that. Just do some on the edges to make sure you can regulate your stitch and you like the way it looks. Although, especially if you go a little bit slower than me, and maybe if you're closer to it than me, because you guys also can't tell from that camera, but Becca and I have to be super far away from our projects whenever the camera is on this angle, which is also hard to position things and choose distances and things like that. Not trying to make a bunch of excuses, just saying that you guys are going to have more success than we do. So, yeah. But these are cute, guys. I really thought that after almost 4 years of marriage, just three years of marriage. Look at me trying to skip ahead. That I would be, the excitement would die down from wanting things monogrammed, but it totally hasn't. We've been together for almost 6 years, and for 3 of those, I just wanted to be able to show off my new last name. And for all 3 of these years, I still love monogram things. So if you guys do as well, or you have a couple that's getting married, or you have friends that you just want to make a fun little gift for, this is just such a fun, sentimental, personalized gift to make. I really, really like this project.
Roberta said, where was it? Not a question on this craft right now, but the maker's going to meet. We don't need to bring any tools or equipment, do we? So that's a great question.
Yeah.
We are still working on the fine details of that. Our hope is that you do not have to bring anything. I think that it'd just be easier not having to fly with everything.
Agreed.
And so that's what we're planning on.
Yeah.
And hopefully soon we'll have more details about that for you.
And guys, as you can see around this edge here, I got them way more regulated. Just practice makes perfect. And then up here, of course, they're super close together. So I do apologize about that. So
one thing that I like to do too is go from front to back instead of back to front, because for me visually, it's easier to see where I'm putting.
Becca!
Yeah.
That would have been great.
I should have told you.
Guys, I didn't even think about that. Oh, okay. It's okay. Okay, so I'm almost done, guys. I'm going to pull one more through, and then this guy is just going to be, I'm going to put him through the back because we're done after him. We're done. So I'm actually going to push him through the back right there. and pull them through from the middle. So I actually went in the middle and did that one. And now what I'm going to do before I even trim off my tail is I'm going to go in here in the middle of him and add a little bit of hot glue right there so that our string won't move. And again, all the sewists that are watching are probably like, Rachel, what are you doing? I'm sorry, guys. If I knew better, I would do better. But as for me, who doesn't sew, this worked. So if you don't sew, this will work for you too. So get all those little hot glue gun strings off of there. And here's your finished coaster, which again, my other ones look a lot better. Sorry, guys. We just had a little bit of yarn left or string, so I really feel good about that. I know that if you guys are beginner sewists too, I have a hard time trying to decide how much thread to thread my needle with. I don't want to have too much, but I really don't want to have too little either, and then have to rethread my needle and all that. So, unless there's questions about that, which Becca, is there any? I haven't really been looking as bad as that sounds. Nothing.
It's hard when you're sewing and trying to get it in like the right spot. And regulate it.
Becca knows my pain here.
Yes, I do.
So all we have left to do is seal it, guys. We've been doing great on time during this live. I've been happy with this. But I was hoping to get more questions. So ask me questions, guys. Let me know if you have any questions. All that's left is the sealant. This is going to take no time at all. Again, dishwasher safe Mod Podge. Love this stuff. It is linked in the description if you would like it. And I'm going to throw this away. You guys ever see this gross stuff and you're like, ugh. I'll throw that away, then get a paper towel and wipe my hand off. Oh, and now we're just going to do a light coat of this. You can do a couple of light coats or one thick coat, really whatever you want to do. Crystal says, where did you get the needle in the holder?
That's from Hobby Lobby, but I'm going to link you one that I like better. Hold on.
Guys, the one that Becca likes better, if you are ever entered to win a MGL's favorite sewing craft kit, then you will have that really good needle holder in there with you. With that, it's way cuter than this one too.
So cute.
It is so cute. Okay, so yeah, we're just gonna take this a little bit on the brush and just go around it. Again, you might be thinking, well, since there's like yarn on this, does it make it look really weird? Absolutely not. It just hardens on the that thread there and looks totally fine. Whenever you see it kind of clump on the edges, it dries fine. You don't even notice it, I promise. Yeah, then just seal this up just like that. You don't have to be super picky either about which direction your paintbrush is going. It just dries so well. We just love this stuff. So once you're done, you can just allow it to dry. And I'm trying to balance my paintbrush so it doesn't fall. And once it's dry, they all look like this. Yay, they're great. They're sealed. Since this was in June, they're definitely cured. So you can use these for all types of things. Again, guys, if you took some twine and wrapped some twine around it like you would a present and made a little gift tag, this would just be such a cute little gift for this. Christina asks an amazing question. When sealing, I know it takes 28 days to cure. So does that mean don't get it wet either? Christina, yes, my dear. I know that it is so hard to want to wait, but it is only dishwasher safe and food safe if you allow it to cure and do not touch it for 28 days. If you do get it wet, you could compromise that cure time and it could not cure properly. And we really don't want to risk that happening. So yeah, just wait the 28 days. I know it is difficult. If you are giving these to someone and it's not been 28 days, add a little tag, a little like care tag and say, hey, because I wanted this to last forever for you, I have sealed these, but in order to seal permanently, they need X amount of more days to seal or something like that. Okay, Lindsay, I'm still pretty new, joined at the beginning of the year. What is Makers Gonna Meet? Oh my goodness, that is a great question. So Miss Becca can pop you a link to Makers Gonna Meet. It is an amazing craft conference that we are doing in October. And Becca, whenever you get time, you can just switch to me because they might be tired of looking at my hands, but maybe not. You never know. And yes, Becca already answered another question too. Do you only seal the front or the front and the back? We only seal the front, whatever is going to have the cup sitting on it. And so back to Maker's Gonna Meet. It's an amazing live in-person craft event that we're having. It's our very first in-person conference that we're having this October in Knoxville, Tennessee at the Convention Center on October
1st through 3rd.
1st through the 3rd. Thank you so much, Becca. And it's amazing. It's going to be full of amazing crafty fun, classes that you guys can learn amazing things. We're going to have good food, and we're just going to get to meet you and to love on you and to say thank you guys for everything. So we're counting down the days until October to Maker's Gonna Meet. So if you guys want to join in with us, with over 200 other amazing people who've already grabbed their tickets, please do. Becca, drop that link. Also, it's in the link in the description below. Yeah, so it's going to be so much fun. I hope that you guys are excited about it. If you don't have your ticket, go get your ticket. It's going to be amazing. We have people flying in from all over the world, people driving long hours. And I'm just saying, okay, if you're anything like me, things like that, I would like to take my husband or one of my gal pals. Please bring them. And let me just tell you, if you don't want to get your husband a ticket to the conference, they're in downtown Knoxville, Tennessee, where the conference is at. There's plenty for your men to do. Plenty. Little shops, restaurants, bars, bowling out. It's so much fun down there in Knoxville. They would have a blast.
A couple of questions. When is the cutoff for payment, and do you know how many tickets are left? Which is actually kind of the same question. We originally, when we started talking about this, want to cap it. We decided between 300 and 350. I think we're at around 200 right now.
Yep. We haven't been promoting it though.
Yeah.
We only really promote if someone asks, because guys, it is our very first conference, and we, while we're super excited, me mostly, we're a little bit nervous too.
Oh, I'm not nervous. I'm so excited.
I'm nervous. I'm
so excited.
So we would be fine if it was a little bit smaller, which 200 is not small, but if it was a little smaller, more intimate, so we could have more one-on-one time with you. And, you know, although if it's huge, we would also be absolutely honored and grateful. However, we're not really doing a lot of promotion for it unless someone asks.
Miss Susan, you've asked a couple of times and we've answered twice. What was the temperature for the EasyPress Mini? It is 350.
The second heat setting, 350. I bet I heated it for no more than 10 seconds. Okay, also I want to let you guys know something we forget to mention. Because of the world and the way it is today, because of COVID and how frustrating everything is, we want to give you guys a 100% what do you say? Refund guarantee until June 1st. So if you guys want to get your ticket to Maker's Gonna Meet now, please do. And then if if something happens later on in the year and you can't attend or anything like that, June 1st is the cutoff date. Anytime before June 1st, we will give you a 100% refund for all of that money if you can't go, which is good. We've never given refunds for anything. But we really hope that the world will all kind of hopefully close to be back to normal, at least enough for us to be able to have a really fun.
I have a good feeling about it.
I do too. I do too. Yes. So, guys, I hope that you enjoyed this. It was so fun. Ask any questions that you have. Yes, a lot of people are driving. So excited to see you. We're so excited to see you guys. It's going to be really fun. I'm mostly excited, but just a little nervous.
Will there be a virtual option for Maker's Gonna Meet? So
Christina, not at the moment.
No, I know there will be some like behind the scenes. Me and Tanner and Rachel always have our phones with us, so we'll probably be jumping on to do some Instagram and Facebook short live type video things, but it won't be streamed. The entire event will not be streamed.
No. So we have done, I think it was 3 full years of virtual summits. We have, and guys, those are a lot of work in themselves. Being able to have those virtual summits takes a long time to prepare and to sort everything out and to get everything finalized. And for this one, we didn't want to have to do both, to be honest. We want to be able to pour into the people that can be there physically with us, because we've poured so much into virtual summits for so long. We really want to give our heart and soul to the people that are there and give our undivided attention to the people there. That being said, just like Becca said, after the fact, we're going to have a videographer there. We're going to have people that have, of course, our phones out taking videos and pictures and things. So there will be like a highlight reel to be able to show you guys, show everybody from the fun time that we had. Yeah. How's Pebble, Megan? That's a great question. How's Pebble doing? The update we got yesterday from Tanner is that he's back home on his oxygen, doing well, right, Becca? Is that about the gist of it?
Yes, the gist is that the biggest frustration for him is trying to navigate walking in the house with his walker and his oxygen tank. So
we totally get that.
I believe Courtney has found a walker that will hold his oxygen tank.
Now we're thinking.
Yes, so that's amazing.
And also, if that's his biggest problem, we're doing great. We're doing good. Bless his heart. So thank you for asking, Megan. He is doing good. Lindsay, I understand the nerves. I helped facilitate a knitting retreat, and we only had 15 people, and it was still nerve-wracking. Lindsay, it's just my nature. I'm wired to be excited first, but nervous right afterwards. That's just the way that I'm wired. Nervous about all the logistics. I'm not nervous about meeting you all and hugging you all and getting to see you all and meet you all. I'm so excited. I'm nervous about the logistics.
We just want it to be so amazing for you all. Yeah.
We want to exceed every expectation.
Are there hotels close to the convention center? Yes. Like you can spit and hit a million different hotels. It is in downtown Knoxville, which if you're not familiar with Knoxville is a fun city. There's a big airport in there. The downtown area, there are so many shops and food, and it's sort of like, I'm trying to figure out a city that they might know.
Well, I don't know. It's kind of its own.
I wouldn't call it a big city, but it definitely has this. It's just amazing.
It's got a vibe. Yeah, it's got a good vibe.
It is so much fun. We love downtown Knoxville.
There's a lot of little things to do. Fun. There's Cruise Farms. If you guys want to Google Cruise Farms, it's a really.
It's really close. Yeah,
it's so
super
close.
Yummy ice cream.
So yummy ice cream. The cutest little shop ever. Amazing flavors of ice cream. We love that. It has so many little food options in Market Square there in downtown Knoxville. Like Becca said, a ton of hotels to choose from. Jill, yeah. Sorry.
Yes, Peppaw. Tanner's
We're talking about Peppaw. Yeah. Tanner's totally fine. Alive, well, healthy, great. Peppaw is also alive, well, and healthy. So that's amazing. We're excited about Maker's Gonna Meet.
So yeah, we have Sin. Oh yes,
Sin wins.
Sin, did you get the one? Which ice cream did you get? I can't remember. I got Fruity Pebbles that day. Oh my gosh, it was the best ever.
I've had Fruity Pebbles before.
It's so good.
And you guys can go get samples. I don't know if they do that now though with COVID.
Yeah, I don't know.
But you used to be able to go. I don't know why they wouldn't. They just hand you a spoon. I don't know. You never know with COVID. And you can test these flavors. Guys, the flavors change often, except for like the staple flavors.
Yeah.
But they'll have things like Lucky Charms and s'mores. And I mean, it's so good.
But yeah, Knoxville's amazing. For those of you who want to come but don't want to travel alone, bring your spouse for
Please
sure.
Do. They'll have a ton of fun.
Even if they don't want to come to the convention, which they should, because it's going to be amazing food and lots of fun. But even if they don't want to, there's so much for them to do in the downtown area. The leaves are going to start to be changing at that point, and East Tennessee is one of the most beautiful places in the world in the fall. I mean, we're in the freaking Smoky Mountains, which is notorious for our fall colors.
Yes. And it's going to feel amazing outside too.
It'll probably be around 70-ish.
Perfect.
But yeah, within walking distance, your significant others will have so much to do.
They will.
They will not be bored.
They will not.
And there may be even a nice local college football game airing. Or
there might be. Know. We kind of hope not.
I don't know. I'm kind of hoping it's the bye week, but I don't know.
But yes.
The Gaylord Hotel.
I don't know. I don't know where that's
I don't think Gaylord. I thought the Gaylord was in Chicago.
I don't know.
Is it not?
I have no idea. I got a D in geography, Becca.
Oh, Gaylord Opry. That's in Nashville.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yes. Sin got the sweet cream. Sin, that's what I get. It's like it's vanilla. That's what you order there. It's like vanilla, but it is not. It is so good. I like to get their milkshakes, the sweet cream milkshakes, and then all October they dye all of their sweet cream pink for breast cancer awareness.
Oh, I love that.
Yes. So I got one. I have a picture, and it is so. I mean, the shop itself is adorable, and it's my little pink sweet cream milkshake. It's so good.
Yes. Sin says, I dream of Cruise Farms ice cream and melting pot. Same. We're going to the melting pot in 2 weeks. I'm so excited.
I get to go 2 weekends in a row.
Yeah. But yes, if you are coming before or after the convention, in fact, I actually would, if you can at all, come a day before or a day after just to go around and explore everything, do that. But yeah, there's melting pot is really close. Amazing. So good.
It's great. What is the name of the convention center? Roberta, the Knoxville Convention Center. That's the name. Yeah. That is the name.
I think we have a link. Let me find that YouTube link that gives like a little overview.
The video?
Yeah.
Okay.
Makers are gonna meet.
Yes, someone said, what a great wedding gift. This would be a great wedding gift, guys. And a super cheap one at that. I mean, I know when I got married, anything that had my last name on it or my last initial on it was welcomed and appreciated because I know that it was made with so much thought in mind.
Was it not on YouTube? Did we not release it on YouTube?
I don't know. I feel in my heart like it might have been in an email, but I don't know.
Somewhere there's a video.
Cricut is still acting very glitchy. It gave me the same issues last night. I know, Sarah. Cricut Design Space is trying to kill us all, honestly. And the more we do crafting, the more annoying that it gets. It's crazy. But guys, if you loved the fonts that we used today, which was Hopeful and Conclusion, those are 2 of over 500 fonts that you can get at Maker's Gonna Learn, along with a ton of different cut files. And if you liked the training today, guys, you would love the membership because we have amazing things like the 30 Days to Master Cricut course. And we also have a Cricut Printable Guide, which this is getting a major overhaul soon. It has things like EasyPress temperature charts, which Matt used to which you can use with which material in your Cricut. It has cheat sheets for things. It has terminology, a lot of great things for you guys to use on the daily with your Cricut. So if you're interested in that, if you're brand new, let us make you guys super confident using your Cricut because we get that it's new and scary. It is new and scary, especially if you've never used it before. It's an investment, and unless you use it wisely, it will sit there and collect dust. The amount of people that have told us that they never opened their Cricut or they opened it and then got scared is phenomenal. It will blow your mind at how many people are scared of their machines. So with this Master Your Cricut course, the very first day is opening your Cricut. We help you set it up. We help you make an account. We go into some really simple terms for you guys to know. We give you an overview of Design Space. We make you comfortable with your machine and the program you'll use it with, the software, before we get you into different techniques and troubleshooting tips and tutorials. It's a very slow process that we walk you through everything that you need to know so that at the end of the 30 days, you are ready to be an amazing, confident crafter who is well-rounded and ready to make a bunch of different projects. So please grab that if you haven't already. Free with all the yearly memberships, which is, again, on sale today. I pushed my Cricut over when I was stitching that. Yeah, so guys, is there nothing else? You guys got nothing for me?
Somebody said something about having to wear stretchy pants, and Aaliyah said, are there any other guides? And then I said, all I own is leggings and dresses.
That's all I own.
Yeah, that's all Rachel wears too.
Guys, it's Tanner and Courtney, and then they might bust in here in just a second. You never know. I got rid of my jeans, Becca, all of them, because I can't fit in them. And
why
you know
keep
what?
them if you can't wear them?
I'm not joking. I'm so sick of having goal clothes. Does anyone know what I mean? Goal clothes. I'm like, oh, that's a nice shirt. You know, when I hit my goal, I'll be able to wear that. That is such bull. Don't do it to yourself. I'm sorry. Don't do it. Don't do it. So I just got rid of all of it.
Christina said, I had my daughter in January 2020 and then the pandemic hit, so I've been living in stretchy pants for almost a year and a half. I mean, I honestly am not sure I would want to live any other way.
No, I don't. I sure don't want to live any other way. Mostly so dresses.
Funny.
Dresses are comfy too.
Apparently Asher wants a turkey cheese and mayo sandwich with no cheese. Like a cheeseburger with no cheese.
Okay, that's so easy. That's such an easy way to say that.
I love that.
Kimberly stacked her membership. Woo!
Yay!
Kimberly, yes! Stack it, girl. Stack it. That is great. You guys can do that, you know. We have members that don't have to pay us a dime until like 2022. It's nuts.
So yeah, if you came in on the membership at a different rate that was not $151.88 for the year, and you want to go ahead and grandfather yourself in, stack your membership, you can do that. And so what happens is this rate that we're giving right now is our best value that we ever give. You'll never get it cheaper than this. And so if you want to go ahead and stack, you can do that. And grandfathered in means that next year or whenever your yearly subscription renews, you will automatically be in at that discounted rate. So if 6 months ago you came in at like $20 or $30 off, when you renew, it will not be at that same price.
Yes, it was like a one-time coupon.
Yeah. But if you grandfather yourself in, if you stack your membership, then it renews every year at that discounted rate. Good info.
Yeah. So even if we raise our prices too, if we ever raise our prices, it won't raise for you. It never will. Just got my maker for my 50th birthday in December, and you're right, it is hard to figure out. Tanya, you know why? These things don't come with instructions. They do to like, set it up a little bit. But other than that, they're like, here you go, hope you know how to use it. And it is so disheartening. Do what?
Is that hold up that book there?
We, however, have instructions. Good plug, Becca. Mm-hmm. We have instructions. These are the best instructions you're going to find. I'm biased, but it's true. So please get your membership. If you are new to Cricut and overwhelmed, we are here because we hear you, and we have heard so many of you. And we literally created our membership website to make sure that you guys feel comfortable and are not overwhelmed, and that your questions are answered, and that you are in a safe, crafty place with joy and happiness. So that is what we've done for you all. So grab Maker's Gonna Learn if you haven't already. And Lucy, so I love this question, Lucy. Will you save this design as a cut file on Design Space? Or on Maker's Gonna Learn, excuse me, I'm sorry. I would, but I want you guys to do it. I want you guys to get a little bit more comfortable slicing, and a little bit more comfortable using that curve tool, and a little more comfortable working with fonts and Design Space, and a little more comfortable aligning things. You get what I'm saying. I know it can be so easy and satisfying and an easy win to pop a cut file into Design Space, size it, and go on with your life. However, the only thing I could give you would be the cutout of the circle. You guys have to do all the rest of the work. Your last name, the curve text. That's all you. We want you guys to become well-rounded crafters, and the only way you're going to do that is if you practice, practice, practice. So, yeah. Thanks for asking, though, but we really want to see you guys master this process. Crystal, you are so sweet. I really do love this 30-day challenge. I think that it is really awesome. When Tanner brought it to my attention, he said, I just want to give them something that they can basically go through the steps of, and then really be ready to craft. So when we sat down and we figured out all the titles and all the content for this book, it was a really, really fun process, because of course, since we here are all super advanced cricketers, it was challenging for us as well to go back to the basics and to slow it down to a point where we have to think, okay, the person watching this will not know how to use their machine. How do we make it to where they are comfortable by the end of this 30 days? So it was a really good challenge for us as well, and we really hope that you guys find the value in this that we feel like we've put into it.
Shauna asks a fantastic question. Shauna, thank you for asking. Becca, are you happy with the participation in the monthly challenge?
Shauna.
And the answer, Shauna, is I am ecstatic already by all of the entries.
Really?
Yes!
I thought you were going to be like, no.
No. The last 2 months have been really crappy, but this month,
Have you seen a lot of people?
Yes, already. I'm so proud of you guys.
Yay, guys. Thank you.
You guys are doing such creative things, and I love it.
Thank you,
If you have not done it yet, definitely do it. It's super easy, and it enters you to win an Amazon gift card of $50 value.
Who doesn't want a $50 Amazon gift card?
Yeah.
I do. Maybe I'll enter.
Yeah.
Maybe me and Becca will enter. But guys, thank you so much for your participation today. Thank you for commenting, for watching. I hope you all are super confident using iron-on faux leather now, because it's super easy. And that little stitch that I showed you, just regulate those stitches like I didn't do, and you're going to have a really fun project. Really great, like I didn't do. And you'll have a great little gift idea for someone on your gift list, because everybody has those. Have you put cork on the back? Gail, you can. Please do if you want to put cork on the back. That is totally fine. Yes, thank you guys so much. Continue to enter that craft challenge over on Facebook if you don't know what we're talking about. Every single week, we give our members amazing things, whether that be a challenge to get them out of their comfort zone to be able to master something else in Cricut, in Design Space with our cut files and fonts. Then we give you 2 different cut file launches, releases with at least 30 cut files. Then we give you fonts every month. We are just here to give. We're
We're givers.
We're givers. So they're talking about the amazing craft challenge for January that you guys can take part of in order to enter to win a $50 gift card. Every member is eligible, and it's a lot of fun. So definitely
and
go
it's
over
not
there.
based on like quality of project. We've talked about this before.
No.
So we've had some people who said, I wanted to do it, but I thought you were going to judge based off quality or how creative it was.
Everybody's at a different pace in their craft.
We write your name down on a list and then use a random number generator, and it's a totally random drawing.
It's true.
So
we just want participation.
Yeah.
You get entered when you participate. That's it. Yes. But thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. Go get the membership if you haven't already while it's still on sale. Boss Man wanted us to tell you it's going off sale sometime
This week is what I was told.
This week.
I was told that.
We're just relaying what we know
Yeah.
here. So if you really want to get it, grab it. $40 off. Get grandfathered in. And we hope that you guys have a fantastic Monday. We will see you back again actually tomorrow. If you guys want to know 5 secrets to master selling with your machine, even if you haven't sold before, Tanner and I are going to be here tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern to do a webinar. So if you guys want to...
Wait, I thought you changed the time.
What?
Was it 12:30 and you changed it to 11?
I thought it was always at 11.
Hold on. Give me 2 seconds.
It's either going to be at 11 or 12:30. I was told 11.
I'm so sorry. I may be confusing you guys for no reason at all. I thought I saw a message about a time change.
It could be changed. It definitely could be changed.
I can't find it.
If she knows that I didn't know, it's okay.
Look for it on YouTube.
Look for it on YouTube. I'm pretty sure it says 11 on YouTube.
Yeah.
However, if it changes, I'll change it today so that you guys will know for tomorrow. But come see us if you're a beginner and you would like to know a little bit more about that, because that's going to be super fun. No, Sin said that time has changed. It is 12:30. Okay. Thanks, Sin. Sin told us, and I believe Sin. Sin only gives us good information.
Same, yeah.
Okay, sounds great, Sin. Thank you so much for answering that. I love that Sin is on these lives. It's amazing. Thank you, Sin, for being here. We hope you're doing well. Okie dokie. Guys, have a great I was about to say Wednesday. Oh,
I wish it were Wednesday.
I wish it was hump day. Thank you guys for being here. Have a great Monday, and we'll see you tomorrow with Tanner and the webinar. We'll see you then. Bye, guys.